Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to The Missing Component, a new board game channel where we highlight the wonderful people of our board game community and the awesome games that bring us together. My name is Richard, and today we're taking a look at some gifts to buy your board gamer friend or significant other. That's right, Christmas is right around the corner, so let's take a look at some items that I think every gamer would enjoy. Whatever you do not buy them another game. Because chances are they either have it and you haven't seen it, or it's on order and it's being delivered, or they have a really deep seated opinion about that game and you don't want to be in that position. Trust me. So don't buy them a game. All right. So my number one is going to be play mats. That's right. If you are like my wife and you are, I don't know, in the other room watching The Bachelor, and all of a sudden you hear clickety clack, clickety clack, clickety clack. That is me in the other room playing a dice game. And you probably are annoyed so bad. You probably are annoyed so much. So, one way to solve that problem is a playmat. Now, this isn't a playmat, but this is something similar to a playmat. Um, this will help dampen that noise from dice games. It has a bunch of different functionalities to it. Number one, who who doesn't like or who does like when you roll the dice and they get thrown across the table and then clickety clack, clickety clack all the way down on the table on the floor and underneath the bookshelf, and then you can't find it, and then you have to hire a moving company to pick up your shelf and move it, or wait 10 years till you finally move and then you find that dice that was from that one game 10 years ago. So don't do that. Don't be that guy. Get a playmat for your friend or significant other. It is nice. It keeps your dice right here. It jumps a little bit, but yeah, it muffles that sound. Also, too, when you're playing card games, it helps you lift, just like that, the card up, so you're not scratching at the table, trying to get that card up. I will say I'll help you out. I'll help you guys out. If you head over to Etsy, there is a shop called Grip Mats, and actually, I don't have one of these. I'm also not sponsored yet, but yeah, Grip Mats. It looks incredible. Like you can get all kinds of different colors. You can get really high quality prints of like forest or sand or space or whatever you want. You can even get a custom mat that is specific to a game. So this might require you to know a little bit about uh, your gamer friend or buddy, um, what their favorite game is. Maybe if they like Catan, you can get a mat that is the size of this table and have every expansion printed on the map. Another good thing is, game boards are, they're a classic, right? You have the game board in every box, yada yada. Eventually, those boards can get like frayed or scratched or damaged or snapped in half. Yeah, we had that happen. We're not going to discuss that though. Okay, so good reason to get a playmat. So head on over to Etsy. There's all kinds of different places. I mean, they even have official mats for specific games, right? But Etsy is going to be your best place to get like a generic mat that covers your entire table. Maybe you want to measure out your table and get a mat that's specific for your table in your kitchen or game room. Number two is going to be, so if you go on over to BGG, just type in BGG on Google. It's going to take you to a website called Board Game Geek. Now, a lot of gamers already know what this website is. It has a bunch of stuff, but what you're going to want to go to is at the very top, there is a link to the BGG store. And on that store, there's all kinds of cool stuff. But one specifically, if you right underneath the home bar ish thing, it says for the home. You're going to scroll down. There are some high quality board game art prints. These are amazing and they're a bit pricey, but like for 30 bucks you get maybe like a poster that's like this big. You can frame that and it will look amazing on your gamer's wall. I have a couple of these. They look amazing. They're really high quality. They are designed by other board game artists, so you can get Ryan Lockett's art style on Gloomhaven or something like that. They're on series 6, and I think they put out 4 different prints for each series, and so there's 24 different games you can look at. Very cool. Any gamer would love to have one of those and printed and framed for him. All right, my number. You ever thought about what is inside the box? Inside the box is usually a cardboard piece of garbage that it, you try to stuff all of the pieces back inside the box, and there's this cardboard garbage piece thing called an insert that usually has 2 wells, just enough to hold half of your components, and everything else is barely sitting inside. Your friend is gonna want a nice insert, a custom insert. Of course, a lot of these things are gonna be on Etsy. I'm not sure what specific game companies that do this anymore. I know Broken Token used to be one of the main ones. Daedalus is another good brand. I'm not sure if you can find these on Amazon. You're gonna have to Google board game insert. Put a specific game title in there. So like Gloomhaven wooden insert or a 3D printed insert. You can find a lot of these on Etsy. Just type it in. Yeah, not affiliated with any of these. So yeah, take a stab at these. Also, I'm a huge stickler for maximizing the space in that box, right? If you get like these component boxes that are rounded corners, that's so irritating because I want to use all the space in the corner. I want a sharp edge right there in a box filled with components that sticks right in that corner. I want to utilize all that space, get that rounded crap out of here. Give me a good wooden insert. None of that foam crap. I don't want no foam. Get the foam out. No, foam is okay. Foam is okay. Sometimes the wood can be quite heavy after a while. What have you. All right, so that's what is that, number 3? Okay, number 4 is going to be pretty basic. It's going to be a board game bag. If you have a traveling board gamer, then you're going to know that they need a high quality bag. I actually still have these canvas bags from some conventions ago, but I still don't have that high quality board game bag. You can definitely go on Amazon. They have tons. But essentially a game bag that is padded, has a bunch of different pockets, has a huge kind of square space right in the middle where you can have multiple games. I know for me, I bring at least like 3 to 5 games to a game night, right? I don't just bring one. Who brings one game to a game night? That's not a game night. That's playing one game. so, so what you're going to want to do is grab a board game bag. All right, number 5 is probably going to be pretty obvious. So, but it's going to take a little bit of insight. So, if you know your board gamer's favorite game, or maybe they play a game a lot, maybe you can go into their room and see their bookshelf filled with all the games. And maybe you're going to want to buy an expansion. And how are you going to go about doing that if you don't know what they like? Look at a game that's on their shelf and maybe they don't have an expansion for it. Expansions are cool because they expand on a game that you know that they already enjoy. If it's in their collection, they probably enjoy it. Another way to go about it is probably pick up some expansion for a game that you know that you like, and then you play it with them. That's what I would do. Number 5, expansions, probably pretty obvious. that your game friend will enjoy for sure. All right, number 6 is going to be something I don't have yet. And so I'm making this list specifically for my wife. I hope she sees this. It's kind of unique. It's kind of, I don't know. I thought it would be interesting, but they're called dry erase play count markers. You can find these over at Cloud Puncher Games. And I think they're the only ones that do this right now. Essentially, what this is a static cling type material that clings to your board game, and you're able to write in how many plays you have of that game. I just thought that was really unique and interesting. I'm always looking for these little kind of unique things to add to my collection and really make my collection stand out. They have all kinds of different pack sizes. Right now, they only have 24 pack available. But if you can imagine, if you have like your game stacked on their side, and you can put a play count, a sticker on the side of it and say, oh, I played this game, 3 times or 10 times. And you could see how many at a glance, like what game have you played the most? And I think that's really cool. I would love to have some of these. And yeah, so that's dry erase play count trackers from Cloud Puncher Games. All right, number 7 is going to be another obvious thing. Going to take some insight. You're going to want to know, your favorite game, whatever, at least know of a game that your gamer friend likes or has, because this is going to be upgraded components or bits. And you would think cardboard is good enough. No, it is not. This is a luxury hobby. Okay. So we want the best of the best of the best. We don't want cardboard coins anymore. We don't want that. We want metal coins. That's right. Metal coins, real coins. It makes the game better. It makes the game from a 6 to about a 7, a whole point value difference. If you have metal coins, I'm telling you. So that's one thing you can add, get some metal coins. You can find generic metal coins all over the place, probably Etsy or Amazon. Just Google metal coins. There's also, now if you want to go premium, they have the clay chips. Now these are universal chips, but and it doesn't have to be for like poker or whatever, but that's the idea. They look like poker chips, and they have this texture to them that you're like, you just want to touch them. I don't know. But the clay chips, I forgot what they're called now. Iron clays. They're called iron clays. This would be awesome to have. So what are we going to put this as? This is going to be upgraded components. Oh, I have another one for upgraded components. All right, let's just put it all in one. So go back over to BGG. They have what is called Geek Bits. Now, these are plastic acrylic tokens, and they are not screen printed, but sublimation printed. I don't even know if that's the right term, but these little bits are really cool. So instead of having this, again, either cardboard tokens, you can have these really nice upgraded tokens. And same thing, the BGG store, and you can find a bunch of different Geek Up bits for any specific game. Another cool thing you can get for a specific game is you can go on to Etsy again. They have upgraded components for, like, instead of the meeples, you can get like stickers to put on the meeples that they have, like, instead of they're just a generic looking figure, you can actually have a sticker, and it looks more artistic, adds a piece of art to a component. There's also realistic components, right? So instead of it just being a token that looks like a worm, you actually have worm pieces, or instead of actual a picture of a piece of meat, you actually get a little chicken leg component, and you're able to play with that. And I'm telling you, it makes a game that much better, I swear. So if yeah, a game that your gamer friend actually likes, this would be a good one. To upgrade some components, and just go on Etsy and type in upgraded components. That'd be really cool. Number 8 is there's a couple different companies that make this. The one I'm thinking of is Geekbox. Now, Geekbox makes these little component trays that you can throw in, and this is for games that don't have a lot of components, but maybe there's, again, a few baggies that you want to get rid of. These little component plastic things will hold all your components. And then when you go to play the game, I know I'm really excited, you can take the top off and just put it on the table, and boom, you have a little component tray right there with storage. Like, I love things that are functional, that serve a purpose, that are all compact into one thing. It's hard to beat. There's a bunch of different companies that make these little component trays that are really nice. And so go ahead and take a look at that. All right, another idea that I had that would probably be a good gift, I would say if there is a local convention or if there's a national convention, like either Gen Con, Origins, PAX Unplugged, one of those that are pretty big that you can send your gamer buddy to. I'm sure they would enjoy that a lot. These gaming conventions can last, a couple days, but one that's coming up actually really soon is in the beginning of March. Dice Tower West is happening. I'll be there, and so this would be a cool idea to buy your gamer friend a badge and give this person an experience, right? Another thing that my wife would even probably do, she mentioned she might do this one, is there is a gamer cruise that you play games on and you get, unlimited food, right? I mean, if you've ever been on a cruise, so yeah, if you're feeling a little extravagant, maybe buy your gamer buddy, gamer friend a badge to a gaming conference. Pretty sure they would enjoy that a lot. All right, and rounding out this list is going to be a subscription to Board Game Arena. Board Game Arena is a website that you go to and you can play a bunch of games all at once. You can play asymmetrically. You can play at the same time in real time. You can even play some newer games that have just been released, and they're constantly bringing out new games. I think BGA for a whole year is maybe like $50, $60. All right, and that's going to round out our list for gifts to buy your gamer that are not games. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that's inspired a little bit of creativity. And while you're on this trek, you might find something you're actually going to buy. But hey, if you did end up purchasing one of these things, let me know in the comments below what you went with. And thanks for stopping in. See ya.